This tutorial is for 4th grade, Module 5, Lesson 17. In this lesson, we're going to use a variety of tools to help us add and subtract fractions. The directions here say use the following 3 fractions to write 2 subtraction and 2 addition number sentences. So I have the fractions 8/5, 2/5, and 10/5. I'm going to write my addition problems first. If I have 8 pieces that are fifths, and I add 2 more pieces that are also fifths, I would have 10 pieces that are fifths. And I can use the commutative property to reverse that. If I have 2 pieces that are fifths and I add 8 more pieces that are fifths to them, that also gives me 10 pieces that are fifths. For subtraction, I'm going to start with the 10/5. If I take 8 of those pieces away, 8/5, I am left with 2/5. Or if I start with 10/5 and I take 2 of the pieces away, that leaves me with 8/5. So there's my 2 addition problems and 2 subtraction problems. In the next section, we're going to solve subtraction problems on the number line by counting up. Well, first of all, the answer to a subtraction problem is called the difference. When we're finding the difference on the number line, we can say that we're finding how far apart 2 numbers are, so the difference in where they're located on the number line. We'll keep that concept in mind to show why counting up on the number line can help us with subtraction problems. The first problem is 1 minus 3/4. We have a number line drawn for us showing 1 whole. I start with 0/4 and I end with 4/4, which is the same thing as 1 whole. To find the difference, or the answer to this problem, I just need to locate 3/4 on the number line and show me how far apart 3/4 is from 1 whole. And you can see by the jump here, they're 1/4 apart. That tells me that 1 minus 3/4 is 1/4. So again, I started with the 3/4 and jumped up to the 1, and that showed me the difference between those 2 fractions on the number line. The next problem is 1 3/5. I'll start again by writing in my fractions. This time we're working with fifths. So I have 0/5 and 1 whole, which would be 5/5. And I'm going to plot my other fifths on the number line. So we have 1/5 all the way up to 5/5. I'm going to start with the 3/5 on the number line. That's this point here. I want to find the difference between 3/5 and 1 whole. You can see that's 2 hops. Each hop is 1/5. So the difference between 3/5 and 1 whole is 2/5. In my next question, I need to find the difference between 1 2/10 and 7/10. Since I'm over 1 whole, I need to show that on the number line. So I'm going to start with 0, and I'm going to show 1 whole in the middle, and then we'll put 2 wholes at the end. Since I'm working with tenths, I'm going to divide each of those sections into 10 equal pieces. So I have my number line divided into tenths, and I want to find these 2 fractions on the number line. Well, 1 2/10 would be 2/10 past the 1 whole. So here's 1 2/10. 7/10 would be 3/10 before the 1 whole. So this point is 7/10. Now I need to find the difference between the 2 points, and I can hop by tenths along the number line, and I see that I have hopped 5/10. So the difference between 1 2/10 and 7/10 is 5/10. In the next section, we're going to use number bonds to help us with the subtraction. I'm starting with the problem 1 3/6 minus 4/6. If I'm looking at just the fraction part of the problem, it's telling me to take 4/6 away. I only have 3/6 here, but I also have 1 whole. So I need to do some regrouping so I can subtract that 4/6. I'm going to look at 1 3/6 as 6/6 and 3/6, since 1 whole is the same as 6/6. Together, that would make 9/6. So instead of saying 1 3/6 minus 4/6, I can change it to 9/6 minus 4/6. Well, if I have 9 pieces and I take 4 pieces away, that would leave 5 pieces, and they are still 6. So by regrouping using the number bond, that gives me enough 6 that I can do the subtraction. The next problem is 1 6/8 minus 7/8, and again I need to do some regrouping here. So I'm going to show 1 6/8 as 8/8 and 6/8. Because I'm working with eighths, I turn the whole into 8/8. That gives me 14/8, and now I can take the 7/8 away. 14/8 minus 7/8 leaves me with 7/8.